Hi YouTube, my name is Eric. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button yet, click the like and subscribe button right down there. My name is Eric, and I have a channel that's based around addiction, mental health, mental illness, depression, anxiety, suicide awareness, and making it through everyday life. Why? Because I'm an addict. I lost a wife and a father to suicide. I deal with PTSD, ADHD, depression, anxiety on a daily basis, and no journey's worth going alone. So click the like and subscribe button, and let's do this together. Hi YouTube, my name is Eric. Thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, they're right down there. This video is with Emma today on a great subject of BPD. The reason I've met Emma was actually through YouTube. I'm a huge advocate of going through anybody who posts videos on mental health, mental illness, different illnesses out there, because I know the difficulty in making shares on this. It's not something easy to do. It's very intimate, it's very real, it's very raw. Sometimes it's very hard to do, but the awareness that it brings is amazing, and the people out there that it helps is amazing too. Emma was kind enough to reach out to me after I commented on one of her videos. We started talking, we got together, and we did this collab. Now this collab is on BPD. I am not diagnosed with BPD. I wanted to do a video on it though, because I've watched so many others out there diagnose other people with illnesses that they have no right to diagnose them. They have no right to comment that this person has a mental illness. I love to bring awareness to all mental illnesses out there, whether I suffer from them or not, because it brings that awareness, it brings that caring, it brings that sharing, and it lets everybody know that you're not alone. And it also reminds you so much of the trial and error that it comes to when I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor. I've been to many doctors, I've been to many counselors, I've been to many therapists, and I found some that really worked well, and I found some that were really horrible. And it's trial and error, and it's finding that right personality that fits with us, that gets the right message across, and we find those right tools, and we find the right inspiration to use those tools, and we go out and put them into action in our life, and it opens up a brand new life for us. Emma had reached back out to me. She suffers from BPD, and I wanted her to be able to tell her story a little bit. And the biggest thing that I wanted to know is, one, how is she diagnosed? Because that's always something that's important to remember, that don't let anyone else ever tell you what you have unless you've went to multiple doctors and then you are actually diagnosed and then get the right treatment for it. And then I also wanted to find out what kind of tools that she uses in her life that are non-medical that help her get through everyday challenges, because let's face it, every day's a fucking struggle. Every day can be a battle, and it's not a battle that we have to take on alone. Best part is there's tons of tools and tons of resources out there that can help us, and Emma does a great job of sharing the different resources and tools that she uses to make life a little bit easier for her, and I can't thank her enough for doing this video with me. It's amazing what happens when it's people helping people, it's sharing our experiences. What I found is the best thing is to share our experiences, because we never know, one, who can relate, and two, who gets tools and resources from it that they go, you know what, I never tried that before, let me try that. Let me see if that works. And she even shared a tool that she does to keep her daily activities strong that I use. And it's something that I feel is very broad across that a lot of people can use. It makes a huge difference. I noticed when it comes to my anxiety and it comes to my depression, it comes to me being overwhelmed and the stress and everything piling on and wanting to feel like I'm going to crawl out of my skin, that she uses actually with BPD. So if you're not familiar with BPD it's borderline personality disorder. And here's the definition of it. So now that you have the definition of it, I am excited to have Emma share exactly her experiences on it. So Emma, thanks again so much for doing this. I love your channel. It's a small channel. If you haven't checked it out, the link for it's down below. She does a lot of just intimate and just real shares of what it's like in struggling through life and just being strong and just pushing forward. And that to me is inspiration. That to me is motivation to keep spreading awareness even myself. And when I get down, there's nothing like watching another creator and another channel bring us that inspiration and go, you know what? It's okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. We can all do this. So Emma, take it away.
My name's Emma Hu, and Eric has asked me to come here today to talk to you all about my borderline personality disorder and some of my coping mechanisms. So here goes. I first started cutting myself and trying to take overdoses when I was around 14. For some reason that didn't log that I was ill until I was about 19. When I got to 19, I was out there trying to get hold of psychiatrists and seeing doctors and talking to them about my mental state. I was told by a psychiatrist, there's nothing wrong with you, you just want there to be. I was told by a doctor, there's nothing wrong with you, I've seen people like you before, you just need to go out there and get a job. Did go out there and get a job, and I couldn't handle the pressure, and my life ended up spiraling downwards and out of control. My mum was really worried about me because I was running around fighting men left, right and centre, getting drunk out of my head, putting myself in very stupid situations really. I let her get me sectioned when I was 22, and I went into the unit, and I was in there 2 days until they let me out because they were worried that I was counselling everybody else in there and taking on everybody else's problems, and that was bringing my mental health down. So it was actually making me worse being in there. After I left there, I was seen by 2 psychotherapists a month apart, and they diagnosed me with antisocial personality disorder. Now, I didn't think that that was the correct diagnosis, but it turns out I do have that as well as borderline personality disorder. When I was 31, which was last year, I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. It really kind of hit home and made a lot of sense. Since then, I've been going to group therapy. I've tried CBT. I've gone schema therapy. I'm on the waiting list for DBT now. Maybe some Valium and diazepam for emergencies, but they're a bit worried about giving me that in case I take an overdose. That brings me on to coping mechanisms. I've got loads of coping mechanisms. My life feels like one coping mechanism and after another these days. You're home. I make my home my safe place. My home has to be my safe place. I have to feel safe and secure. For when I'm going out there with my anxiety, I have to come home and feel safe and secure. It's incredibly important. I do what I call premeditated damage control, where if I believe something is going to be far too stressful for me and I can't do it, then I won't do it. And it's a case of learning your triggers and doing all you can to stop yourself being triggered off. When you've got BPD, that can be near on impossible, but we can only try. Self-care is an incredibly important thing for anybody with borderline personality disorder because it's one of the things that almost every type of BPD is lacking. We've got a very shitty self-image and we find it hard to love ourselves. One of my coping mechanisms for this is if I can't do self-care or if I'm worth in myself, I will go out there and help others. That helps me feel a self-worth, because then I'm worthy to them, so then I'm worthy, if that makes sense. Time in the morning. People with BPD, when I say we often face sleep problems, waking up a lot in the night, having dreams that are so real, and especially nightmares so real that we wake up traumatized and we have to recover from that. Be kind to yourself is what I do, and I like to give myself an hour, preferably 2. Lots of cups of tea in the morning and calming and waking up gently and healing from whatever dream I've had the night before. Seeing beauty in BPD. Now, if you see others with BPD, you'll notice a lot of them are out there trying to help others. That is beautiful. We do get diagnosed because we have similar personality traits, so quite possible that you are someone that goes out there and tries to help everybody, and that is beautiful. So if you can see it in others, hopefully then you can see it in yourself. That's one way which I try and switch my brain around anyway. I do a lot of watching self-help and awareness videos, like Eric's videos. Amazing man that he is. I can't speak highly enough of him. I'm sure if you're a subscriber of his, you already know the man's a legend. I do nature walks. I like to get away from all the chaos and all the people and just disappear off into nature. Sometimes I'll meditate in nature and I'll take some crystals, or I'll find some crystals, because you can find citrine almost everywhere, and quartz and just little bits. I call them gifts from the universe. I do tapping, I do mindfulness, I do affirmations, I do sage smudging, I do Palo Santos. I like to do art because a lot of people with BPD, we're very creative. If we can have an artistic outlet, a lot of people find that incredibly helpful. I like to do tarot and mediumship as well because I find that as extra guidance. I don't really feel like I can get too much guidance. Too much guidance isn't really a problem for me. Not enough. That's a problem. Right, so I'm going to wrap this up and keep it short and sweet. I hope some of you found this helpful. Love and light to you all, and especially Eric, the legend that he is. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Again, Emma, thanks so much for that share. It's a great share. It's a powerful share. And I love how she shares tools that help everybody in so many different ways that you can take that into your life and use them. The biggest one that I took out of that is the fact that she had said that her home is her safe place. My home is my safe place. My home, I can say that it's OCD. I've never been diagnosed with OCD, and it's a term that we loosely throw around. My home has to be taken care of. My home has to be clean. My wife does a great job of making sure that my home is very comfortable for me. I'm on the road, as you can tell, a lot. I'm in hotel rooms a lot. When I come home, it's my safe place. When my home is all picked up, dialed in, I don't have added anxiety. I don't have added stress. I don't get overwhelmed, because as soon as I get home, if my home is not in order, all of a sudden stress from work piles on, my depression hits, my ADHD hits, because now all of a sudden I want to fix everything. I want to get it all straightened up. I get my to-do list. Now all of a sudden I'm looking at this to-do list and it's overwhelming. and it just compounds onto itself. So it's something that I think a lot of us can relate to. The importance of having that safe place, no matter where it is, no matter what it is so important to have. So again, Emma, thanks so much for the share. It's great to just have this awareness. It's great to see somebody out there making a difference and just throwing it all out there on the table. Because the more that we throw it out there on the table, you know what, it reminds us that one, it helps with erasing any stigma around it, and it helps also remember that we can't judge anybody. We don't know what the person next to us is going through. We don't know what the stranger next to us is going through. We don't know what a smile to a stranger will do, because everybody who's suffering, they don't just broadcast it. They don't broadcast the struggles of their life. And it's amazing what happens if you open up the door for somebody on the reaction and how you can make their day. You can make their day, you can make their week, you can make their month. It can be that impactful, just one simple act of kindness. So Emma, again, thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you so much for helping me bring awareness to this. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, it's down below. Check out her channel, subscribe to it, comment on her videos. She's doing an amazing job. I have nothing but support for her. She's an amazing, strong woman. Again, can't thank you enough for doing this collab with me, and can't thank you enough for how you presented it, on that you went to multiple doctors, got multiple different answers, finally found out what the right answer was, got the right treatment, right tools, and was able to progress forward. That's what it's all about. It's not giving up. It's not taking no for an answer, and it's continually searching and helping and working to get forward in life, because we don't have to be held back by our mental illness. We're stronger than the sickness in our head. We're stronger than that addiction. We're stronger than that depression. We're stronger than anything that's around us, especially when we have support, especially when we have tools. I hope you got something out of this as much as I did. It really got me fired up. I love shares like this. If you want to do a collab with me, comment down below. Let me know. I'm more than happy to do a collab with you. It doesn't matter the size of your channel. It's just about bringing awareness. It's about people helping people. So again, thank you so much for watching this, and let's do this together. Let's erase that stigma together, and let's fight through life together, because we can do it. It's an us thing. It's a we thing.